There are two mutually reinforcing but still different practices Stanislavski has created and called toilet of actors, meaning preparatory work that is similar to dressing up. The basic toilet of actors is well known. It's an ABC for actors, being training exercises over the period of their artistic life. The grounding for these exercises is the system and its elements. Such training occurs as separate lessons or sessions or practicing at home. Yes, actors should practice at home as well. To master the internal and external professional techniques, Stanislavski offered actors to constantly work on themselves, exercise, perform daily training, or, as he said, the toilet of actors. The creative self-feeling, in which actors and directors should be working on a role and on a play, will appear only as a result of such continuous training performed throughout their life. But we can show you the so-called artist toilet in our jargon. These are daily exercises done at home and before school starts to develop and maintain the inner creative techniques. These exercises are the quintessence of those techniques that prepare the right stage feeling. All of its constituent parts, which we call the elements, are viewed up and verified daily during artist's toilet. That is why, during all psychotechnics development exercises, we constantly think about the involving of our nature and its subconsciousness in creative work. And now with the artist's toilet, designed to develop the elements of self-feeling, to create this self-awareness, we must not forget about the basis of our art. Therefore, each exercise must be brought to logic and consecution through which the truth is felt. Truth creates belief. Both together stimulate emotional memory best. The state I am, I exist, is established by their combined efforts. This is the state in which the artists feel they truly exist on the stage, that they have the right, the reason to be there and to act. Another toilet which we have greater interest in within this episode is the so-called toilet harmonization or toilet tuning. It is performed right before the rehearsal or performance. Actors get tuned in into artistic atmosphere. In accordance with what has been said here, Stanislavski used two types of training and drilling or actors' toilet in his recent years' teaching practice. The first of them is a daily training aimed at strengthening and developing the elements of the actors' self-feeling in various combinations and sequences. The second type of training, toilet tuning, was carried out before the start of a rehearsal or performance and was intended for warming up, messaging the actors' creative mechanism, and for bringing them into the state of self-feeling that is necessary to start a rehearsal or performance. The material for the toilet tuning was drawn from the play itself. By revision of the stage self-feeling, according to its particular constituent elements, Stanislavski meant during this period the so-called actors' toilet, that is, a series of exercises that tune the actors' creative mechanism and introduce them directly into the state of self-feeling necessary to start creative work on a given episode, play, and role. Such 15-20 minute training session was conducted by him before the rehearsal or performance opening, and which usually consisted of a combination of various exercises to release excessive tension, to tune the organs of perception, to work with a dummy, non-objective actions, to quickly find the right mise-en-scenes, rhythm, etc. The content of such exercises brought the actors closer and closer to the given circumstances and the atmosphere of the play being performed. The final exercise of the toilet tuning usually turned into a common study for the nearest suspected past of the play's life, bringing the actors to the stage action. How to protect the role from degeneration, from internal mortification, from the autocracy of the actors' worn-out practice and external habituation. We need some kind of psychic preparation before starting the creative process, every time with every repetition of it. Not only physical, but mainly spiritual toilet is needed before the performance. Prior to creating, it is required to be able to enter that spiritual atmosphere, only in which the creative sacrament is possible. Before the curtain up, all the actors make up their faces and dress their bodies in order to bring their appearance closer to the image impersonated. But they forget the main thing, to prepare, so to say, make up and dress their souls to create the life of the human spirit of the role they are called upon to experience in every performance in the first instance. Why do these actors pay such exclusive attention only to the body? Is it the main creator on the stage? Why isn't the artist's soul made up and dressed? How to make it up? Asked the students. The toilet of the soul and the internal preparation for the role are as follows. Having come to the dressing room not at the last moment, as the majority do, but playing a large role 2 hours before the curtain up, the artist must be preparing to go out. How is it going? Sculptors knead clay before sculpting. Singers warm up their voices before singing. We are playing, warming up, so to say, to tune our soul strings, to check the internal keys, pedals, buttons, all the particular elements and lures, with the help of which our creative mechanism is set into action. This work is well known to you from the training and drilling class. Exercises begin with muscle relaxation, since further work is impossible without this. And after that, remember, the object is this picture. What does it represent? Size, colors. Take a distant object, small circle, no further than your legs or to the limits of your own chest. Come up with a physical objective. Justify and revive it, first with one and then with another figment of imagination. Bring action to truth and belief. Come up with a magic if, given circumstances, and so on. After all the elements are messaged, refer to one of them. Which one? To any of them which is most dear to you at the moment of creativity. To objective, to if and to figment of imagination, to the object of attention, to action, to small truth and belief, and so on. If you manage to draw any of them into the work, but not in general, not approximately and not formally, but at full breadth, correctly in essence and to the end, then all the other elements will follow the one that has already come to life. And this will happen due to natural attraction of the psychic life's driving forces and the elements to working together. Exactly the same way as in the actor's self-feeling, in which one wrong element brings all the others along with it. So in this case, one, fully revived, the right element stimulates all the other correct elements to work, creating the proper inner stage self-feeling. Whatever link you take to lift the chain, other will follow the first one. The same is with the elements of self-feeling. The rehearsals of Tartuffe, which began with some seemingly abstract exercises, imperceptibly approached Moliere's play in certain elements of the acting techniques. We continued our daily studies and exercises as an actor's toilet.